Tuesday, the 23rd of August 2016, and I have to tell you, my back is feeling a lot better. Slowly but surely. Well, it isn't really slowly, is it? It's coming along really well as it happens. I've just been swimming, and I thought I'd come in and have a little bit of a live chat to you this morning. Already with us this morning is young William. Good morning, William, who's in Sydney. A good day to you. And do watch out for those kangaroos, dear. Those naughty old kangaroos. If you ever go to Australia, boys and girls, I have to warn, it's a very, very dangerous place. You're just going about your normal shopping, you know, going to Woolworths or something. They still have Woolworths there. Oh, yes, but not Woolworths as the UK people would know it. No, they sell food there as well as everything else. It's like a supermarket at Woolworths. And while you're doing, and you come out from Woolworths, and a kangaroo, or more dangerous than that, a crocodile just wanders past. But you're okay. What you do when you're in Woolworths, you just get yourselves a couple of packets of ham, and get it open ready in case the crocodile comes walking past. You know, and then when it opens it, you just chuck the ham in, and then it's not interested in you after that. It would rather have a piece of ham from a packet, you know, that it hasn't got to worry about killing or anything like that, or dragging it down a drain somewhere, you know. I mean, if the crocodile or the kangaroo don't get you, there's always the spiders that are about to jump off a wall. Spiders the size, boys and girls, well, the wall behind me isn't as big as one of the spiders I saw in the Daintree rainforest. It really is. And they've got the spider's webs are so thick, you can twang them like a guitar. Isn't that awful? Anyway, back to the backstory. So that's much better now. The back's getting better. And hello to William, who's watching in Australia this morning. In Sydney, one of the most beautiful, if not the most beautiful city in the world. I remember the very first time I went to Australia, and the plane gets there really early, like, you know, 6 o'clock in the morning or something stupid like that. So unless you've booked the hotel room for the day before, you can't get in there till 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So what they do is they let you drop your bags off and then you go wandering. And the very first thing I did when I was in Sydney, in Australia, I dropped my bags off and I thought, right, let's find the Opera House. I knew it wasn't that far. It was about a half-hour walk from the hotel. So I'm walking through the streets of Sydney at, I don't know, 7:30 in the morning. It's quiet. It's not like London. You know, 7:30 in the morning, you're struggling to cross the road, aren't you? All those blooming cyclists there go whoosh, 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 like this all the time. Oh, it's dreadful. No, it's quite quiet and peaceful. And I went past this, I think it's an army place on a corner, William. You'll correct me if I'm wrong here. Always a phone call coming in. Just a moment. Let's take a phone call. That's an early phone call. And good morning. Who's on the line, please? Oh, no, I can't hear you. Why can't I hear you? Are you speaking? Oh, no, have I lost the call? No. I think I lost the call. I think someone was just try again, dear. Try again. I think I lost you then for some reason. Do call in if you want to, boys and girls. There's a little number at the bottom there. 020 8144 3477 is the phoning number. It's a local London number, okay? You will not be charged a massive fortune for the call. Just the usual local number. 020 8144 3477 is the phoning number. Or if you've got Skype, you can Skype in as well. My Skype username is, all one word, United Kingdom Talk. Okay, United Kingdom Talk is the Skype username. There we go. There's a phone call coming in there. Let's try this one, see if this works. Good morning. Who's someone calling from London? Possibly Ray Reynolds.
Oh, hi, Chris. How you doing?
Who's that?
It's Tony Power.
Oh, hello, Tony. Sorry, I thought you looked like a Ray Reynolds number then for a moment, dear.
Huh?
You look like Ray Reynolds' number for a moment.
Oh, right, okay.
Good morning, Tony. Have you ever been to Sydney?
I haven't been to Sydney, no. I certainly have. I haven't done much travelling, actually.
Oh, really? Oh, that surprises me.
I'm not a great fan of travelling. I had such a bad experience back in the 70s when I did my first trip to Lorette de Mar over in Spain. It was the most horrendous experience I've ever had in my life.
So. Oh, tell us.
Well, I sort of got on one of these sort of DC-10 planes along with my cousin and his mates. And, of course, they were dropping down in the ocean like wildflies back in the day, if you remember.
Yes.
But anyway, it just wasn't a very pleasant experience, really. So
What
So I got over to Spain, and it just wasn't a very good holiday in general. You know, it was.
Right.
I found myself getting, getting very badly sunburned and food poisoning. The whole thing, just about everything happened.
I've got to be honest.
It was a horrendous experience, and I just didn't like the flying either because of that flying sensation back in the days when the planes used to wobble up and down.
It still does, Tony.
Does it still do that?
Yes, they still do that. It's called turbulence, dear. Apparently, turbulence isn't dangerous at all, so people tell me. But when you're flying along and suddenly this plane just drops 200 feet or whatever it is, I don't know how far it drops. And I love it, Tony. And all the people start screaming. I love it. I'm laughing my head off.
Oh, I hate it. Yeah, absolutely. But I'm determined to do another flight soon anyway. I was actually going... hoping to go over to Germany in October for the beer festival, no less.
Oh, you're a bit of a drinker, are you, Tony?
I don't even drink.
Oh, just going for the atmosphere.
But it managed to entice me to actually join him to go to the festival. But it's been cancelled now because a couple of people have pulled out.
Right.
But that would have been my first experience of flying in what, since 1977 or something like that.
Gosh, so you haven't been on a plane since 77?
I haven't been on a plane since 1977.
Because of that.
I want to go, but I can't find anybody to go with. It's that kind of thing. So,
from what you've said, I mean, I haven't had an experience like that, to be fair. What I've found, unfortunately, it must be me. I've gone on a holiday with people, and it's the fact that I'm with someone that it was a disaster. You understand what I mean? It just, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. I've had holidays where I'm a funny person, really, because I like to work all the time. I'm doing something here all the time. I'm surrounded by all my things, and I do stuff all the time. So when you're on holiday, all that's gone. It's all gone, and you've got to do something else. And there's been times where I've been away, and I've not known what to do. I've gone to Australia, okay, and literally sat in the hotel room or in bed watching the telly for 24 hours.
Well, that's about it, isn't it? That's just exactly what happens, isn't it?
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Unless you go there for a really good reason.
Yeah.
Are you going for, for say, a festival, or are you you're going to get involved in something, or whatever. There's no point in going there because you're going to go. Most people just go for a week or something like that, and by the time you travel there and travel back, half the journey, half the time is gone.
Well, Australia,
you're sitting around most of the time in cafes and and whatever.
If it's long haul like Australia, you need a minimum of 2 weeks because it takes a while to recover. The thing is with Australia, I've got lots of family there, so it tends to be, fly to Sydney and then fly to different parts of Australia to meet family, which is all very nice. But actually doing things apart from that, I was a funny person. However, 2 years ago, I went to Israel. That was a different kettle of fish altogether. I learnt that I should go down to the hotel lobby and find out what they've got. And there, in all hotels, you've got this big rack of leaflets of things to do. And of course, Israel, it's the centre of all these religious things. And I was brought up a Catholic, so I was able to see all these things that I'd read about. And it was the most interesting and I went on my own. And it was the most interesting, fascinating holiday I have ever been on. It really was. But my best holiday ever, apart from, when you're a child and you go away with your mum and dad, apart from that, my best adult holiday ever, I think, was when I took my nephew to Florida a couple of years ago. And that was just amazing, because you had someone to look after. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I find it's the ones that you don't plan as well are usually the best ones. It doesn't matter what break you go on. You just go there and play it by ear kind of thing.
Yeah.
They tend to turn out to be the best breaks you can go on anyway. But it's this holiday you plan for. You plan for a year. Oh, I'm going to Sydney in a year's time. I can't wait for it. And you're waiting and waiting and waiting and then you get there, and then it's all an anticlimax.
Well, it doesn't have to be. You know what I think you should do? You should look. Are you definitely going to Germany, or are you thinking about it?
Well, we're supposed to be going. The plan was that we all went there, and then James, my mate, was sort of we're sort of booking out the tickets and all that, or you sort of find out how many people wanted to go.
Is that the
all
DJ?
Of a sudden, all of a sudden, as soon as people found out what the prices were and all that, you had to pull out. So
it's a bit. Is it expensive, Germany? Is it?
Well, apparently, because it's a beer festival time, you see, so
Right.
in October. So.
If you're going for that, then you have the reason to go. You don't need to. What I was going to say to you, if you're going for so long, then before you go, I would have a look around at what's going on, and then plan. So Tuesday, we'll do this. Wednesday, we'll do this. Thursday, rest day. I don't know. Sort of maybe perhaps try and plan it a little bit like that. Perhaps.
Yeah, I was only going to tag along with them anyway, because they were obviously going to do the drinking and I was going to do the watching.
Yes.
So I was hoping that maybe as they were doing that, I could have a wander around the city and just sort of do something different and then catch up with them later on, that kind of thing.
Yeah, lovely.
That
now,
sort of thing. But just for the experience of actually travelling, So.
So tell us, Tony.
I don't know what's going to happen or not. I don't think it is, So.
Well, go. Just go. Just go. See what happens. Tony, now you're writing a Eurovision song, aren't you? You've written many Eurovision songs in the past, haven't you? Not quite got through. So, how far are you ahead with this year's thing?
Sorry?
How far are you ahead with this year's song?
Well, I've got a track, and I'm not allowed to say too much about it at this time, because you can't really reveal who your singers are going to be and all that.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
I've got a very, very good song anyway. So.
Have you got a famous singer?
Yeah.
Oh, is the person more famous or less famous than me, Tony?
Well, it would be fair to answer that, would it?
Perhaps
because you are famous, aren't you?
Perhaps I could have a go at singing one year. I don't. Why did you laugh then, dear?
What's that, sorry?
Well, you laughed when I said that.
No, well, I mean, if the grannies can represent, where was it they represented them? 4 grannies? Was it Ukraine, remember, years ago?
Yes.
Anybody can say it.
Well, I mean, Kelly's done one for you.
Yeah, Kelly did one.
Can't I do one?
That's quite a few years ago. That was back in 1990-something. I don't remember. It's so long ago. But, I wouldn't want to say that. I hope she's not listening in. But she's, Kelly, she's as old as me.
Oh, Kelly's great. She should watch this more often.
Well, anyway, we're meeting up tonight. Anyway, we're doing a new song. It's called "Putting a Brave Face On," and it's going to be our new single. It's going to be a duet with Kelly and Jason.
I think that's the perfect song to sing. Putting a brave face on for anyone who's representing the UK at the Eurovision. I mean, who's going to vote for us now? No one, dear.
But
you know what I think. You know what I think. This year we had the Eurovision. This year we've won the Olympics thing. Next year it's going to be the Eurovision.
I'll tell you what, the Olympians. The Olympians have done very well, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. They absolutely fantastically.
You got to give it to them. That's a superb.
Amazing.
For them.
Totally amazing. Tony, thanks ever so much for calling in.
A pleasure. And I'll give you a copy of the track when it's finished.
Please do, yeah.
Kelly and Jason.
And come along to the karaoke one week. You must come along and sing us a couple of songs there.
Oh, I gave up singing years ago.
Bring someone along. Bring someone along who you know's trying to relaunch their career. I mean, perhaps Jason Prince or.
Oh God, help us! I've got nothing to say. That's all I say. No.
He's all right.
It's going to be a very interesting evening. Anyway, I better let you get on.
Yeah. Thanks, Tony. You have a lovely day. It's a beautiful day out there. All right. Have a lovely day.
And you too.
Cheerio, Tony. Bye-bye.
Yeah, take care now.
There we are. That's Tony Power there, boys and girls. He, as I say, writes songs for the Eurovision Song Contest. And very talented man, does all music stuff and things like that. Let's just do a couple of messages here that are coming in. Good morning to... Oh, we got a load. Where did this lot come from? Blimey. Good morning to Stephen Coldham. How are you? How's your little family, Stephen? I went to his wedding a few years ago. He used to be one of our Belushi's Hammersmith karaoke singers. And he used to sing... Hello by Lionel Richie, and I'd have my triangle ready, wouldn't you? Hello, Stephen. Nice to see you. He says, nice shirt and tie combination. Did they come with speakers? I beg your pardon. No, we need bright colours, Stephen. We need to be loud in this life. There's too many people with magnolia wallpaper, magnolia paint, and avocado bathrooms. Oh, my God. Oh, I hope Shania's not watching. Shania, you're not watching, are you, darling? Avocado bathroom. Hello, who's on line 76?
Hello, it's Jason.
Hello, Jason. Jason, can you just...
Yeah.
Oh, my God, is that Jason Prince? Oh, no.
Yeah, I just heard Tony on there, so I heard my name and I thought I'd phone in.
Oh, you didn't hear what I said then, no?
Huh?
You didn't hear what I said, no?
I did.
Ask Jason Prince to come along. He's trying to relaunch his career. Well, this, boys and girls, is actually Jason Prince on the phone at the moment. Good morning, Jason.
Hello, Chris. How are you doing? Are you all right?
I thought you'd be in a deep, dark studio at this time of the day.
No, we're in the studio tonight with Tony. So we're down there this evening with me, Kelly and Tony. So that's going to be a good one.
It's not you doing the Eurovision, is it?
No, it's not me doing the Eurovision.
Oh,
We're just doing
that's a
a song
shame.
for Tony's album.
All right,
So
yeah.
we're going in, but he's got everybody on the album, Sonia and the 3 Degrees and Angie Brown and everyone. So so Kelly and me have been asked to do another duet, so we're going in. We're
How
going in
marvellous.
there tonight. How are you, Chris?
Angie Brown, I'm gonna get you, baby. I saw the 3
I'm gonna
degrees.
get you, yes I am.
Yeah, that's the one. I saw the 3 degrees at the BBC Radio London Soul Night Out in November. Yeah, beautiful costumes and everything, and
the
the
girls
dancing.
are just lovely, aren't they? They're just absolutely lovely. They're still going strong. I mean, their tours now are just sellouts all the time, aren't they?
Yeah, my favourite song of theirs is "My Simple Heart." You know the one with the tubular bells. Da, da, da,
Yeah,
da.
My Simple Heart. When I was a kid, that was my favourite song when I was a kid.
Oh, was it?
And I used to think it was the word bicycle pump. Because I used to call the song bicycle pump. Bicycle pump. Da, 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 da. And then one day we were listening to Capital Radio, and the DJ said, "Oh, Prince Charles says his favourite song in the charts at the moment is Bicycle Pump by the 3 Degrees," and Prince Charles is thought the same as me, you see.
Well, maybe he heard you say it, Jason. He might be a secret fan.
Well, Princes must think alike, dear.
He might be a secret fan. There's a bit. You and Prince Charles are very, very similar.
We are, but not in looks, I'm hoping.
Well, no hair.
I tell you what, we both had a lot to do with a couple of queens, haven't we? That's for sure.
What are you singing tonight? Is it a new track you're laying down, or what?
Yeah, it's a new track. Tony's written us a duet for his album, and Kelly and me are coming in to do the vocals this evening. We actually learned it the other day. He'd sent us the backing track, and he'd sent us the demo with the lovely John Springate singing it.
Oh, yes, John Springate from the Glitter Band, yes.
A few years.
Yeah.
And Tony's written the song, and John produced it, and sent the demo to us. And then Kelly and myself were learning it in the car on the way up to Doncaster, singing at Doncaster Pride the other day. Right. So on our little road trips, we learned like the new songs and get ourselves ready for the show and stuff. But, so we had a nice little song learning session in the car, singing our way up to Doncaster on Saturday.
Oh, that's lovely. If you don't mind me saying so, and I've said this to you already, Jason and Kelly are both singers, and they did a show together, and I've never seen them do a show together. It was a couple of months ago now, and it was fantastic. It looked so good. You were chemically connected. Do you know what I mean?
It's so lovely you say that, because
it's true. I wouldn't say it.
It's Kelly and me. Obviously, we're both solo artists. Obviously, but it's so wonderful coming together and doing the duet show. And because we've got a chemistry together with our friendship, you see.
Yes.
I mean, Kelly's been my agent for 20 years. Kelly's got a big agency that you might know, obviously, Dance Crazy Management.
Well, I do a couple of nights for her, don't I? I do a couple of nights.
I do. I know you do quite a few gigs for her.
So she's... hang on, Jace. Jace, now, you've been... Now, let me see if I can find this. Oh, there it is. Here's my calculator. Just a moment. So you've been doing gigs for her for 20 years, yes?
20 years I've been doing gigs
for Kelly.
Would you like... I tell you the truth, I've been doing gigs for Kelly 25 years.
Well, would you like me now to work out on my calculator how much commission you've paid her and tell me then that you're still her friend?
And how much I still owe. One probably balances the other one out somewhat, yeah.
I think you bought her house, didn't you?
Yeah. No, it's nice to do it. It's nice to do a duet show because, to be honest, you know, I do so much on my own. I do so many gigs on my own, and you know, it's a lovely life. Doing these gigs around the clubs and stuff, it's fun.
Yes.
But it can get a bit lonesome sometimes, you
Oh,
know.
I think it's an incredible...
To travel with someone and do these shows, I think the duets thing has really taken off for us in the past few years. Since we recorded the Time of Our Lives cover a few years ago for Energize Records, and since we did that, the gigs have been flowing in for us around the Prides mainly. I mean, last summer we sung at 7 Prides on the main stage.
Gosh, yes.
And we do, I mean, basically every week we're going to different towns at the moment and singing at the Pride festivals. And it's worked really nice. We do our solo songs and then we come together and do our duets. The one that Tony wrote for us before called This Heaven. And then also we come together and sing The Time of Our Lives on these Pride shows. In fact, at Doncaster Pride the other day, we ended the whole show singing Time of Our Lives, which was fantastic and really had the crowd with us on it. So it's a nice chemistry we got together, you know. Are
you doing anything at the Croydon Pride? Apparently there's a Croydon Pride now. I mean,
Croydon Pride.
Is that
Croydon,
safe?
What have they got to be proud of?
Is that safe? My God. Croydon Pride, dear. Croydon? Have you been to Croydon? What a dump, dear.
A tattoo from Croydon, but it's not actually a tattoo, it's a scar. Last time I was in Croydon, I actually had my arm broken. So I don't ever set foot in Croydon. No, Croydon is a big XXX on my name. Croydon Pride, they've got nothing to be proud of, darling.
No, I didn't think that either. Well, it's lovely to talk to you, Jason. Good luck with your...
All right, Chris, lovely to speak to you. And listen, good luck with your show. We're really enjoying it today.
And have a lovely singing session tonight. Okay, my love?
See you later.
Bye-bye, Jason Prince. Bye.
Bye.
There we are.
Bye.
Jason Prince, you have to be so careful what you say, isn't it? You don't know who's listening. They pop up like that. Oh, dear. And I just mentioned he should have his career resurrected at one of my karaoke nights. Good old Jason. Right, let's do these messages now. My God, there's hundreds of them. Okay, I'll go from the bottom. Hello to Antonio, who is now back in Italy. If you were watching some of our live karaoke streams last week that we do at night, you would have seen Antonio doing some Barry Manilow and other numbers as well. Antonio, I'm glad you got home safely there. Good morning to Brian Windsor. Joey's with us this morning. Good morning, Joey. Hello, Ashley. She's with us. Scotty Ogilvie. Og Ilfeel. Can I just call you Scott? Scotty, he's in New Zealand. Good morning, Scotty. I worked with him and Belushi's in London Bridge for a while. We had a great time there. Morning to Robert Thompson, Tanya Sheridan, Dennis Granger, Robert Dexter. We're all here this morning. Have you got nothing else to do? The bloody sun's out there. Or are you watching on a phone in the sunshine? Something like that. My my little Toyota Yaris, it's got this little screen in the middle that tells you the radio and everything, like the radio and how many miles per gallon. And when the sun hits it, you can't see a damn thing. Is it a bit like that while you're trying to watch me on your mobile phone in the garden? Good morning to Jane West. Mark Kepner. Hello, Mark. All right, sir. Adam the plumber's with us this morning, who's on the tube. How can you be watching on the tube? Don't you get cut off as it's moving along, dear? You'll have to watch the recording later. Scott says, come to New Zealand. You won't be sitting in your room watching TV. I think you're right, Scott. I think you're right. New Zealand, it looks and is stunning. It's beautiful. And if I'm right, I think I said this yesterday, no nuclear power. It's all very clean in New Zealand. Hello to my niece, who tried to ring me earlier. Good morning, Tracy. She's with us, so I'll ring you back when I finish the show today. Hello to Katie Lee, Mummy Millen. Oh, Mummy Millen. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Mark Cording is with us this morning. Good morning, Mark. Matt Horgan, Unique. Oh, DJ Matt. Very, very good looking. DJ Matt. You missed our call. No, you're there, dear. You're there. I took your call. The thing is with the calls, I can only do one at a time. So, if I'm talking to someone and there's a little bit of a delay, from the moment I've spoken to when you actually see it happening. There's a little bit of a delay there. Okay, so if I'm talking to someone, I can't take another call. It will literally just ring and ring, okay? Good morning to Dino. Morning, Dino. Hello, sir. Have we done everything? Ronan's there from British Airways. Oh, Ronan. Did you see the British Airways plane land this morning? Don't tell me you was on it. Ronan works in business and first class on British Airways. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Of course, I would bump into him at some point, I expect. You know, business or first class. But that's where Ronan works. Ronan, you weren't on the Olympic plane with all those athletes. Dear me. Did you see them? Oh, it was wonderful. And this British Airways plane landed and they'd painted the nose gold. Oh, it looked beautiful. I love the British... I don't fly over with anyone else. Although I've no intention of flying anywhere at the moment since I've discovered caravan holidays. Oh, yes. Not towing one of those things, you know, static caravan haven. I love it. It's so easy to get anywhere. You know, you just get in your car and go and you're there. None of this mucking about at airports. But I have only ever really flown British Airways on the long haul ones. Anyway, so this British Airways plane landed. They'd painted all the nose gold and all the athletes from the UK were on it. And this miserable old cow in the back, they were trying to interview this, not old, but she was quite young. And they were interviewing her. What's it like being on the plane? She said, well, of course, we're in the back because at the front of the plane are all the gold medal winners. They'd put them in at the front. And I bet poor old Tom Daly was sitting in the back, I expect. Oh, poor Tom. Oh, he tried so hard. Shouldn't be disappointed, I don't think. You know, if you don't win a gold, silver or bronze medal, I don't think you should be disappointed. I mean, how many people can say they've been to the Olympics? It was like that young boxer lad, Muhammad Ali. About a week ago, I saw him on there, and he'd only made the first round and got knocked out, and he was almost in tears. And I thought, you know, someone needs to go up to him, put their arm around him, and tell him it's okay. You made the Olympics. So what if you didn't win a medal? Doesn't matter. We were talking about this the other day. I don't know if you've ever seen young people playing football, young lads playing football. When I say young, I'm talking 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, that sort of age group. And they play at their school football things and little tournaments, inter-school type things. And then the fathers go and watch them. And when they get it wrong, the fathers are cussing them left, right and centre from the side of the field. You know, these great big old fat things with bald heads. You know, and badly dressed, badly fitted T-shirts and hooded tops and vests. They're just standing there at the side. So, oh, you're useless, you are, son, you're useless. And all this. What an awful person you have to be to do something like that. You really are. You know, encourage them. Don't run them down, young little people, because it affects them, you know. It does affect them. You've got to encourage them. And it was the boxer, you know, that I thought to myself, in particular, he'd only got as far as round one. He was so disappointed, and I just wanted someone to go up to him, put your arm around there, and say, "It's okay, it's okay. You done well. You got to the Olympics." You know. Anyway, so this young girl, I did have to laugh. She was sitting on the plane, and she was saying, "Yeah, we're sitting down the back. All the people that won the gold were sitting at the front," and she looked a bit peeved. Well, darling, work hard and get a gold, and you might sit at the front. Lazy cow. Honestly. You'll have to stick with your chicken and beef on a plastic plate while them at the front are having stuff. When they had bottles of champagne. Now, didn't they have... I think they took on 76 bottles of champagne. But isn't there like about 300 or 400 of them? I thought that's not going to go very far, is it? You know... I probably would have had my own bottle, to be honest, if they reckon... Because that happens when I go on planes. They're like, you know, and I walk through, and the cabin crew, oh, and you see them talk, oh, it's Chris Reardon. Oh, it's Chris Reardon. It's a bit like that. Oh, hello, Mr. And I'm like, please don't make it. Just treat me as a normal person. Where do I sit? Right at the front? It's a bit like that. And then they start, you can see them fighting to serve me. Fighting to take my coat off. Can I take your coat, sir? Yes, please. Would you like a glass of orange or a champagne? And I usually take the orange. I'll have a glass of orange, please. And they're always very surprised at that. Like I live some sort of celebrity lifestyle, like Jason Prince does. He does all the celebrity stuff. He does. Sits there quaffing glasses of champagne and all the rest of it. Let's go back to some of these messages then. Dino, yes, Jason has rung in. Oh, just a minute. How far did we get down there? Tony says, I hope Kelly wasn't listening. Why? No, she's all right. She's got a sense of humour, same as me. Good. Right, let me just refresh that and we'll carry on. I like to clear my messages. Oh, Anne, hello, Anne. Anne is one of our massive Barry Manilow fans. Hello, Anne Taplin. She says that it works out to about a quarter of a bottle of champagne each. Oh, but that's not bad, is it, Anne? Quarter of a bottle of champagne each. You know. Do you think does Barry Manilow drink? Does he drink champagne sort of after or before or during his show or anything like that? I don't know. Don't know, really. Ronan this morning is in Bologna. Bologna. Is that how you say it? In Italia. Ciao bello. Now, Mary, non-Irish Mary from Ireland, corrected me. For years, I've been saying ciao bella. No, ciao bella. And it's not. It's ciao bello. Oh, yes. I didn't know Mary spoke multiple bilingual languages. I didn't know that. I thought she only spoke English and Irish, although she's not Irish. She's Mary from Ireland, who is English. I can't work it out. It's like an episode of Dynasty, isn't it? It really is. Good. Mark's sitting in the garden in the sunshine as well, are you, Mark? Well, welcome along, sir. Okay. Now, let me see. Oh, news of the cat. Okay, Katie the cat. Right, I've got to tell you, Katie the cat. So I took her to the vet yesterday. And it turns out we think she's not eating because she's got a lot of tartar on her teeth. So they really need to be doing, right? But there's a little bit more going on, unfortunately. Now, she's had this little growth on her chin now. This is my cat, Katie. She's had this little growth on her chin now for some time. But I must admit, last week I picked her up and I thought, that looks bigger. Anyway, so the vet lady, who spoke with heavy foreign accent, ever so nice she was, nice lady. She's like, and also one of her nails, I think I told you I'd noticed, was growing into the paw, and that's bad on my point because you're supposed to keep an eye on these things. When cats stop going out, their nails start growing. Okay, but they grow round, and if you don't get them at the right time, they start like growing into the paw. So I think it was causing her problems. Anyway, so I took her in to have the nails done. So, well, we can do the nails. We really need to do the teeth. She said, I think that's why she's not eating. It's probably painful for her to eat. Then she weighed her. She's lost a lot of weight. What else? There's something else now. Oh, yes. One of the other things she does now is literally faces the wall and howls. Not meow, meow, not like that. Meow, meow. And it's really, it's a horrible noise. It's an awful noise that she makes. So I'm telling her all this. And she said, well, we need to do the teeth. The thing is, she's 18 years old. To do the teeth, they have to put them under general anaesthetic. So they have to knock them out. I think they put a little mask on, like a gas mask or something like this. You probably, if you've got a cat who's of an age, you probably know this already. And if she goes under anaesthetic, there's a chance she won't wake up. She did say this to me. She said the other thing is there's possibly other things wrong here, and she wants to do a blood. She said we might like to do a blood test to see what else is wrong. I said, what about the thing on the chin? She said, well, yeah, that's a tumour, and it looks like it's getting bigger as well. And she says, so I've told you all that. She said there is another option as well that you need to start thinking about at this time. And the other option, is to go to sleep. And I sat there and I said, look, let's try with the teeth. I said, what happens if we don't do the teeth? She said, well, she just won't eat, so she'll starve herself to death. So I'm going to have to take that risk. I think it's a 50-50 whether she will come round from the anaesthetic or not. Even if she does, she won't be bright. She may well not be bright and cheery anymore, but she hasn't been bright and cheery for a while. And it's difficult to know, really. You want to do the kind thing. The last thing I want is for her to be in any sort of pain. Now, that noise she makes when she's looking at the wall sounds painful to me. It sounds like she's in pain. I don't think it was the claw digging into the paw, because her nails have been done, so she's back home now. Got back yesterday afternoon. And she's still doing that. She is walking around better now. She's not like, like that, where it was hurting her, because the nails are done. But there's something wrong. I'll get the teeth done and see how she is. If she starts eating again and puts the weight back on, then we're there, But if she still doesn't eat, then there must be something wrong. The point is, you do these blood tests, certainly with animals of an age, and they find out what's wrong, and then they tell you that there's nothing they can do. So what's the point, really? But my sister says to me, you'll know what to do. So that's where we are at the moment with Katie the cat. Not the best of news, I'm afraid. But she's down there at the moment. She's had something to eat this morning. Oh, actually, perhaps I wasn't supposed to feed her. I better ring the vet on her fish. They did say not to feed her for a while after she was before the teeth cleaning, which is tomorrow morning. I've got to be at the vet tomorrow morning, 8:30. God's sake, it's so early in the morning, 8:30. Well, it is for me, Sarita, good morning, Sarita, who says, oh, don't cry, Sarita. It's not over till the fat lady sings, darling. And I am the fat lady today. I know that because I've just weighed myself. I am the fat lady. Sarita says, I'm crying. I miss my babies who have gone over to the Rainbow Bridge. I love you, Katie. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Anne says it's worth the risk. Well, you've got to take the risk, Anne. You've got to take the risk, because if you don't try and get the teeth done, if you leave them as they is, she's not going to eat. I mean, at the moment, she kind of has a couple of mouthfuls and then licks all the gravy off. Aren't they funny? But she does seem to eat more if I kneel down on the floor with her and stroke her while she's eating. Isn't that strange? And she purrs then. I like the purring noise, don't you? Katie used to sleep with me. She stays in the kitchen now because I had a bit of a chest problem with cat hair. But she used to sleep with me, and that was really nice. When the cat is asleep next to you, and her breath, I could actually feel her breathing out on my lip. That's how close she was. And I could hear the purring in my ear, which was lovely. Dino says, he has his cat's teeth cleaned last year. You don't think you have to do them very often. Let me just make myself. Now, you'll notice I'm now able to move about much better now, and it's not hurting so much. Look at that. Look, I can move around. How fantastic is that? Yeah, Dino had his teeth cleaned. It's £100, It's a bloody £100 to have your cat's teeth cleaned. How is it £100? Shocking. Tony says, I like Barry Manilow. My favourite Barry Manilow track is Weekend in New England. Yeah, I know the one. Da, 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 da. Is that Weekend in New England? Just a moment. Weekend in New England. When will this strong yearning end? When will I hold you again? It is that one, isn't it? Da, 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 da. I like that one as well. I've done that in karaoke. I might do that one tonight, actually. Dino says they only get small glasses on BA. Do they? Not in the seats I sit in, mate. What you talking about? They give you a bucket. Anne likes white wine. Gosh. We've got some birthdays to do shortly, boys and girls. And 12 hours starvation. Okay, so I haven't got to do that yet. So tonight. So if I stop feeding her, because I'm going to go to work tonight. I'm not sure how that's going to go. I'm going to do the karaoke night tonight, which is at the Golden Lion in Camden Town. But I'm going to put the speakers on the floor. Now, I don't know how quite that's going to work out. They usually go on stands. But it's not difficult for me, but nevertheless, to put them on the stands, you've got to grab them and lift them up. I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm going to put them on the floor. One of my mates actually puts speakers on the floor when he's doing karaoke nights, and that seems to work all right. So I'll see how that goes. All right. Must say hello to Keith Glancy this morning. who is the manager, actually, of Central Station. I don't think he's with us live this morning, but a TV fell on his head and he's down the hospital. A TV off his wall onto his head. Honestly, Keith, why on earth are you standing underneath a TV, dear? Now, here's... So I hope you get better soon. He's had a few stitches in there. Nasty. A TV fell on his head. Something fell on my... Oh, what was that? Oh, it was this clock. This clock here, which is now fixed to the wall. I learned that lesson because couple of months ago, this was actually just resting. You can't see it there, but there's a filing cabinet there. And it literally was just sitting on the filing cabinet and tipped over. And on top was this. I'll get it for you. 1 minute. Is this, which is quite heavy. It's very heavy, which is a beautiful crystal. You see? This is a crystal, and it's very heavy. Okay, this is heavier than a couple of bags of sugar. I've got to tell you that. And you can see that. It's my little United Kingdom Talk logo there that the lovely Wendy had made for me. For our 10-year anniversary, which was last September, October, wasn't it? I think it was. Anyway, put that back there, my duck. That was there. That was on top of there, and it fell on my head. So I know what it's like to have something very heavy fall on your head. Not fun. Not fun. Here's a tip for you, boys and girls. If you're out somewhere and there are lights and speakers hanging from the ceiling, never ever stand under one of those, because they're all checked. Yes, they're all checked, but sometimes something goes wrong. Sometimes something goes wrong and it will come down and you're dead. I have seen, although fortunately it didn't fall on anyone, I have seen a very heavy loudspeaker come down off a wall. Now that was in, it's not there anymore, place I used to DJ at, the Long Island Tea Shop. I think what it was, I was speaking so much on the microphone that it vibrated the screws out of the wall. Now you need to be careful if you're watching this show for a long time. Do be very careful, because the vibrations of my voice may be rattling the components in your computer or on your little iPhones. Please don't tell me you're watching on an Android. Don't embarrass yourselves. Don't embarrass yourselves by telling me you're on an Android, all right? Sarita likes the duck. Isn't it a lovely duck? Yes. Good. TV news, boys and girls. Don't forget, the remake of Are You Being Served is on Sunday night this week. Written by a very good friend of mine, Darren Litton, who also wrote the TV series Benidorm. Okay, he wrote it, and it's looking really good. I've seen the little pictures that are floating around the internet. Are You Being Served? One of the best comedy programmes of all the time, returns for a new... Because they're all dead now, you know. All the people in that wonderful TV show have died and passed over now. But so they've got all new people to do it. Hopefully they'll be in character. And that's on BBC One, Sunday night. Is it 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, something like that. All right, my darlings. Now, here's a bit of news. Oh, gluten-free, gluten-free, gluten-free. I have at last found a type of gluten-free bread that doesn't taste too bad. Here it is. Now, is it German? It's foreign, isn't it? It's foreign. Gluten-free. So check that out. If you've tried gluten-free bread, and like me, you've hated it. I mean, there's some awful gluten-free bread out. It's really horrible. And surprisingly, some of the best-known good bread makers, like Warburton's. Now, I bought 4 of their gluten-free bread rolls. They were vile. They were absolutely vile. I don't mind telling you that, boys and girls. Really awful. So don't buy those. Try this one, okay? If you're on gluten-free and you're looking for some bread, try that one, all right? That one's not too bad. You can call in if you want. We'll still take another call if you want. 020 8144 3477. Or if you've got Skype, you can Skype in. Our Skype username is all one word, United Kingdom Talk. Okay, so either call in 020 8144 3477, or you can Skype in on United Kingdom Talk, or if you're just happy to sit there and listen, that's okay as well, boys and girls, all right? That's okay as well. Now, look at this. I love this. Johnny Key got me this. Good morning to Ben Parker today. Ben Parker's with us. Karaoke extraordinaire, man. Look at this. Johnny Key bought me this. I love this. Look, I feel like I'm in Hawaii. Da, 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 da. Do you like Hawaii music? It's nice, and I love this. I think this goes quite well with the bright purple tie, the light blue shirt, and the grey jacket. Don't you? Shall I leave this on? It also is quite a little head feature like that. Look at that. Do we like this? I quite like that. I'm going to leave that on. Thank you, Johnny Key, who's bought me that this morning. Also, Johnny Key now writes some of the stories. And check this out. The pigeon will see you now. Pigeons. Yes. A rat or pigeon might not be the obvious choice to send to someone who is sick. This was on the BBC News website a couple of weeks ago. But you'd be surprised. These creatures have some superior skills that could help the diagnosis and treatment of human diseases. Yes, you didn't know that, did you? Next time you be very careful when you're driving near those pigeons. You've got to be a really good driver to hit a pigeon, actually. Pigeons are often seen as dirty and an urban nuisance, but they are just the latest in a long line of animals that have found to have abilities to help humans. They will help you, boys and girls. Look at this. Despite having a brain no bigger than the tip of your index finger. Is it? Which one? Is it that one? Which is probably the same as some of you this morning. Have you got a very small brain? I've got a tiny brain. Not intelligent. Chris Reardon, not intelligent. No A-levels, no degrees, no masters, nothing like that. Simply 2 little old O-levels. Physics and English, and they were grade C. Thick as a plank, Chris Reardon here. Thank you very much. Despite having a brain no bigger than the tip of your index finger, pigeons have an impressive visual memory. What they can see things, and they remember. See, I remember what you look like just from doing this show today. I will never forget you, honest. Recently, it was shown that they could be trained to be as accurate as humans as detecting breast cancer in images. Rats are also often associated with spreading disease rather than preventing it, but this long-tailed rodent is a highly sensitive detector that can save lives. So the story goes on. Look at this. Oh, hang on a minute. Inside a rodent's nose are up to 1,000 different types of olfactory receptors. I like that word, receptors. Shall we say it together after the tone? Doot, receptors. And again, I want you, as your homework today, you've got to use the word receptor within a conversation somewhere later on to impress your friends. Chris Reardon, the person who helps you along in your day. Whereas humans only have a feeble 100 to 200 types of these receptors. This gives rodents, such as rats, the ability to sniff out subtle scents. As a result, African pouched rats, commonly described as kitten-sized rodents, are being put to work in Mozambique to detect tuberculosis. TB, yeah. Tuberculosis, is that how you say it? When the rats detect the scent, they stop and rub their legs to indicate a sample is infected. I hope you're not infected today. It's also more accurate. The rats are able to find more TB infections and therefore save more lives. It's more accurate to use a rat. Look at that. Recently, there's also been a focus on dogs that seem to have the extraordinary ability to detect when people with epilepsy are about to have a seizure, even when that person has no idea themselves. It's still not known how dogs can sense a seizure. A lovely picture of a beautiful down thing there. It's still not known how dogs can sense a seizure. It's been suggested that minute changes in a person's gestures, I'm gesturing, or posturing could alert the dog. But people have also thought that a scent or auditory cue may also be involved. Isn't that interesting? And not just them, cows. Even cows. There might be one sitting next to you at the moment. Is there a cow sitting next to you at the moment? Is there? You cow. Is there? Drool, dribble or spit, whatever you call it, saliva can be thought of as disgusting. Oh, I hate people that spit in the streets, don't you? Saliva across the animal kingdom can have antimicrobacterial properties, including saliva from the humble cow. Moo! 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 Studies have shown that there are proteins in a cow's bodily fluids, including its saliva and milk, that have bug-fighting properties. Bug-fighting properties. So there you are. Experts don't recommend letting an animal lick your wounds as they can introduce other bacteria. But if you don't fancy that then, luckily your own spit contains antibacterial properties. So that's it. You got a cut anywhere? Start licking. Is there a sore? Let's lick. Now, I am going to offer you tonight, boys and girls, tonight, if you come along to the karaoke at the Golden Lion in Camden, and look, I'm able to move. Look, I'm able to move. How fantastic. I'm able to move now. It's not hurting anymore. Doesn't hurt anymore. 6 weeks, the doctor told me. It's been 6 days. Not doing too bad, but I mustn't overdo it. Oh, the amount of people. Don't overdo it, Chris. Don't overdo it, Chris. I know not to overdo it. Shut up, dear. God. So if you've got anything... Oh, I don't know if I should say this. I will say it. I'm going to. If you've got anything wrong with you at all today, boys and girls, bring it along to the Golden Lion in Camden Town, Royal College Street in Camden Town, from 9 o'clock tonight, and I will lick it better for you. Anything at all, that's what it says there. It says that a lick can cure everything, doesn't it? Didn't you just hear me say that with your own ears? I will lick you better. The birthdays in a second, boys and girls. Meanwhile, let's do some more of the messages that have come in. Sarita says, I'm glad you're doing... I am doing better, Sarita. Unbelievable. Unbelievable how quick... I thought I would be out for weeks with this. But I've done what the doctor said. I have moved around. I'm now swimming normally. I'm swimming normally. Going from sitting down to getting up is still a little bit of a problem, but not too much. Brian says, hi, Chris from the Philippines. Hello, Philippines. All right, Brian. Welcome along to our little chat show. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Evangelina says, afternoon, Chris. Evangelina came last night, didn't you, darling? She came to the karaoke and she sang, don't tell me, Black Velvet. Black Velvet, da 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 da. Hello, Evangelina. It was nice to see you last night, and thank you for helping me into the car with all my bits and pieces. Much appreciated. Sarita likes the tie. Thank you, Sarita. I think this is my favourite tie. This one and the one with the hearts on it. Right, so we've done that. Let's go across the Skype stuff. There's Ben. Oh, some messages from Ben. Always, good morning. Tuberculosis. Tuberculosis, of course it is. That's it, isn't it? What did I say? Tuberculosis. Ben, I'm not going to read out that final message from you in case she's listening, dear. Right, let's finish off with these birthdays today, boys and girls. I must say I'm quite enjoying doing these live shows in the morning. And they were supposed to be 20 minutes, but they're turning into an hour. Now, just before you go, before I do these birthdays, let me tell you, what you're watching live kind of works. The audio and the picture are fairly lined up, as you can see. Now, once I finish it, as a recording, for some reason, it goes out. So I'll be moving my mouth, and then the words will come like that. You see what I mean? The audio and the video seem to go out of sync. So what I'm doing, while I'm talking to you live on that little camera there, there's another camera here, okay, which is recording it simply for the recording. So what I do, when it finishes the live show, we finish, it goes off, it comes off the Facebook, and in about half an hour's time, the whole thing goes back up again as a recording, but with everything synced up on the other camera. So that seems to be the only way to do it. I did write to the bloke who wrote the fantastic software that's allowing us to do this live on Facebook, but he's yet to reply, so I'm waiting to hear that. All right, okay, birthday time, boys and girls. Happy birthday today to... One moment, please. Oh, my mouse has jumped up. There we are. Morning, Chris. Hope I'm not too late. If you're doing a show today, could you wish Sean Stewart, my boyfriend, and Jane Howard, her adopted uncle, happy birthday? So that's nice, isn't it? Adopted uncle. So happy birthday to Sean and Jane. And also on the birthday list, one moment, please. Let me get my birthday. Oh, Tony Mcfarling-Smith. How are you? I believe you run a nightclub, so happy birthday today to Tony. It's been ages since I saw you, isn't it? Is that the right Tony? Yes. What are you doing in that picture, dear? You seem to have put your face through a wall. Why is that? He's got his head through a wall. Did you actually put your head through that wall? Were you angry? You get these stories about people who smash walls with their fists because they're upset. Happy birthday. Oh, I don't know who that is. That's someone. Just a moment, please. I don't really do ones that I don't recognise anymore because I think they must know me. Happy birthday to Peter Mckie. Love that word. Who worked at Raiders Broadcast. Are you a radio person? Oh my God. Format never worked on Radio Caroline, so you must be into radio. Happy birthday to you, Peter. All right. Have a lovely day, sir. I didn't prepare the birthdays today. Can you tell that? Happy birthday today to Betsy Norris. I love that picture on your Facebook. Oh, yeah. There's a little girl with, like, are they... They look like leaves. I thought they were rabbit. They're not rabbit ears, are they? So happy birthday to Betsy. Love your name, Betsy. What a fantastic name that is, Betsy. Happy birthday this morning to Collette Stewart. Happy birthday, Collette. Happy birthday to Ricky Gill. I haven't seen you for a while. Look at you all tanned in that yellow vest and the big blue glasses there. Happy birthday, Ricky. It's been a while. Happy birthday, sir. Happy birthday to Sullivan Patrick, who's in a beautiful wedding dress. Is that your picture? Look at that. No, that's not you, is it? That's not you at all. Just a moment. Now, this is a problem, you see, when people put pictures of themselves or of other things on their profile walls. I thought to myself, Sullivan. Ah, there you go. I recognise you now. Happy birthday, Sullivan. There's your little smiling face. When they put pictures of their walls from something else, like a cat. You know, why am I wishing a cat happy birthday or something like that? And he's got a picture of Carolina Hearn on his wall in a wedding dress. There we are. Thank you. Happy birthday to Elena, Treble, Clef, Winehouse. Is that your real name, dear, or have you made that up? Elena, Treble, Clef, Winehouse. And one more today. Happy birthday today. Oh, Scott. Scott Glancy. How are you, sir? Scott comes around to all my karaoke night. Oh, he did, but he doesn't come around much anymore. I think he's run out of money because he bought a boat. He's got a boat on the Thames. Thames Television. Da, 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 da. Happy birthday to you as well. Oh, and from yesterday, there was one I didn't do yesterday. I completely forgot, and I shouldn't have done. A big happy birthday to Joy. Now, Joy used to be a customer at the Black Cap and was in there in 1980. Was it 7 or 9 when I did my first night there, and she was in there with her friend Charlotte. Joy now runs her own pub somewhere in Sydenham. I think it's the Bell she runs, and I keep meaning to go down there at some point and say hello to her. Anyway, she was in the Black Cap on the very, very first day that I worked there, and she and Charlotte made me feel so welcome. It was unbelievable. So happy birthday to you all today, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, lovely people. Happy birthday to you. All right? Oh, just cut off that music a little bit too quick there. Ah, another birthday there. Happy birthday to Kevin K2 Taylor. All right, happy birthday, Kevin K2 Taylor. So thank you very much for that. I think that's all today. I'll just do some final messages if there's any coming up there before we go, so we can get all those done. I don't like to miss anyone out. I've got this. Can I just show you this mouse? This mouse is a bit old now, and the wheel gets stuck sometimes, and the picture jumps up and down. I don't know where I am. I keep meaning to replace this. I've got one in the cupboard. Why don't I? Have I got one up there? One up there somewhere. I don't know. Oh, there's one. Look, there's one up there. 1 minute. Oh, yeah, look, I'm able to get up there. There's one. There's a mouse. Oh, it's the same as that one as well. So that I shall replace that now after many, many years of good service. So there's a recommendation for you. If you want a mouse that lasts for years, get one of the Microsoft ones with a little laser on the bottom. Found a lot of messages. Adam says, afternoon, are we doing Chrysophone? Our operators standing by to take the donations. That's what we could do. A Chrysathon. A Chrysathon where we could raise money to, to make this studio even better. How much would you donate? Hello? Anyone else left there? No one? No donations at all. Oh, well. And I think that's it today. Is that it? Have we done all the messages? Yeah. Yeah, we're done. Okay. Boys and girls, that's it today. Thank you very much for joining us on the show today. I do as many shows as I can. Sometimes they're not every day, okay? It just depends where I am in a day. But I'm enjoying these. Have a lovely Tuesday. It's Tuesday night, so don't forget, join us at the Golden Lion in Camden Town. That's the Golden Lion, Royal College Street, Camden Town, tonight. And every Tuesday, starts at 9 o'clock, finishes at 12 midnight for the karaoke. If you don't want to sing, that's fine. Just come and watch everyone else. You need to get there quite early because all the tables and chairs go. All right, I must warn you of that, so try and get there a bit earlier. It has been getting very busy recently. So once again, tonight, karaoke at the Golden Lion in Royal College Street, Camden Town, starting at 9 o'clock. Apart from that, get out in the sunshine and stop watching this rubbish. It's a lovely day out there. I'm going to have my dinner now. See you soon. Bye-bye now.